I'm just preparing myself for that.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Welcome to Temple Israel. We're so delighted that you could be here with us today as we celebrate Shabbat together, and of course, as we celebrate Joey becoming a bat mitzvah. So, of course, this day does not look exactly like what we had thought it might look like when we first planned this day several years ago. So just a few words of a reminder before we start. First, we are asking that unless you're on the bima, that you keep your mask on. This is just to be able to set a good example, especially for the little ones among us who are not yet able to be vaccinated. We also know that today is a little bit different because normally Rabbi Michael and I would be up here with Joey between us, and we call it like a little rabbi sandwich, exactly, and she would be able.
You should probably stop saying that.
Well, it's still it's a little bit gross, but the idea is that we would be able to be here and we would be able to have her back through the entirety of the service. Because of COVID and trying to sort of make sure that we are separate and keeping each other safe the whole time, we are not able to do that, which means that Joey is really leading this service very much on her own, which is not an easy thing to do, but as you will see this morning, she is absolutely prepared to do so, and we are just so glad to be able to share in this experience with her. So we're going to begin our service this morning by doing a little singing together. We're going to sing the words of Matovu. And again, it's a little bit weird to do this, not having all of our rules set yet, but we would ask you, while you are more than welcome to sing along, we're asking for people to maybe not sing with all of their energy and intention that they might usually do, but you can still sing lovely in maybe a more quiet way. So Matzovu begins on page 172. Matzovu Alecha Yaakov, Alecha Yaakov, Mishkenotecha Yisrael. Matzovu Alecha Yaakov, Alecha Yaakov, Mishkenotecha Yisrael. Va'ani berov chastecha avor veitecha eshtachave elecha lekodshecha b'yiratecha matzovu alecha Yaakov, alecha Yaakov, Mishkenotecha Yisrael. Matzovu alecha Yaakov, alecha Yaakov, Mishkenotecha Yisrael. So this morning, as we call Joie up to become a bat mitzvah, we are also going to invite her nani to join us on the bima to be able to put on her talitz.
I just want to let everybody see this beautiful tali. This is handmade silk and especially made for Miss Joie. So I want everybody to enjoy it as I do, and I will say the blessing. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu Ahit at test but tzitzi.
Good. Okay. Shabbat Shalom. Our service begins on page 170 in the Blue Prayer Book. May my life be one link in a chain of goodness as I say the prayers of my ancestors. Help me to recall their devotion and faithfulness, their joy and suffering, which are in every word. Holiness is my heritage, may I be worthy of it. May our tradition live in me and pass from me to generations I shall never know. Enrich by the truth that I have found and the good deeds I have done. So may I fulfill my task on earth and receive my blessing. And when the service ends and the prayers have ceased, help me to bring their spirit into the world in which I live. May I love God above all and my neighbor as myself and be a living witness to the truth that never changes. Please turn to page 195 and rise for the call to worship. Yai da 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 da. Yai da 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 da. Yai da 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 da. Yai da 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 da. Yai da 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 da. Yai da 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 da. Yai da 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 da. Yai da 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 da. Baruch et Adonai Hamevorach. Baruch Adonai Hamevorach ata Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, yotzer or uvarei chosheh, osei shalom uvarei et hakol, hama'ir la'aretz v'ladarim, alecha berachamim, uvtivo mekadesh bekol, yom tamid ma'aseh bereshit, ma rabu ma'asecha Adonai, kulam bechokma asita, mala ha'aretz kinyanecha, tit barach Adonai Eloheinu, al shavak ma'aseh yadecha, ve'al merei or sha'asita, yifarucha sela, or chadash al sion te'ir, v'nizkeh kulanu mehera le'ero, baruch atah Adonai yotzer hamarot. The world is sunlight, restoring the soul, rejoicing the heart, bringing light to the eyes. More welcome than gold, a Torah from heaven. I have no light to give the morning. My Torah, my special human gift, is words, as I bring my words forth from silence. Welcome them, you who redeems the sun from darkness. Baruch atah Adonai yotzer hamarot. We join in singing the Shema at the top of page 200. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Mahuto Leolam Va'ed. Baruch Shem Kevod Mahuto Leolam Va'ed. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Please be seated. Ve'havta et Adonai Elohecha ve'kol levavecha u'kol nafshecha u'kol me'odecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi metzavecha hayom al levavecha ve'shinatam levanecha v'dibarta ba'am ve'shivtecha b'veitecha u'letecha v'aderech U'shokbeha u'kumecha, u'shartam le'ot al yadecha, v'hayu le'totafot b'neinecha, u'chtavtam amezuzot beitecha u'visharecha, lema'an tizkeru v'asitem et kol mitzvotai, v'hitem kedoshim le'lehem. Ani Adonai Elohim, Asher Hotzeiti Etchem Me'eretz Mitzrayim, Lihiot Lachem Le'Elohim. Ani Adonai Elohim. Sing the song of men and women, joined in the understanding and respect. The song of God's miracles, an earth protected and cherished, a gift for our children and the generations to come. The song of a land once ravished by war, now quiet and content. Her soldiers home to leave no more. The song of a world redeemed, the song of peace.
Mi chamocha va'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar v'kodesh, no ratzehilot, osefele, osefele.
Please turn to page 205 and rise for tefillah. Adonai, Sephai Taitivtach, Ufia Gitei Latecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzhak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Hasadim Tovim, Vekonei Hakol, Vezocher Hastei Avot v'Imahot, Umevi Geula Livnei V'neihem, Le'eman Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer u'Moshiach u'Magen. Baruch atah Adonai, Megain Avraham Vezrat Sarah. Atah Gibor le'olam Adonai, Mechayeh hakol atah Rav lehoshia. Mechakel hayim behesed, Mechayeh hakol berachamim rabim. Somech noflim verofei holim, Umatir asurim. Umekayem emunato lishanei afar michamocha ba'al gevurot umidom elach melech memid umekayem umatzmiach Yeshua v'ne'eman atah l'chayot hakol baruch atah Adonai mechayeh hakol. You are the open door that beckons me in. Peeking around the doorframe, I began to enter into your glory. You move me forward, O Eternal, to step beyond self-made boundaries. Lift my foot over the threshold that I might abide with you. In the house of the Eternal, I found my questions. Waiting to be posed, they filled me with wonder. Sit with me, Eternal Teacher. Encourage my seeking. As I fill my hours with your mitzvot, so shall I be filled. Send me through your door, stretching up to honor your name, sharing out this wonder, enriching myself in the giving. Nekadesh et shimcha ba'olam, keshem shimakdishim o tobesh memaron, kakatu ya neviecha, vekara ze el ze ve'amar, kadosh, 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 Adonai Sebaot, melo kol haaretz, kevodo. Adir, Adirenu, Adonai, Adonenu, Ma'adir, Shimcha b'kol haaretz, Baruch kevod Adonai, Mimkomo. Echad hu Eloheinu, hu Avinu, hu Mokeinu, hu Moshienu, v'hu Yashmienu, Berachamai le'nei kol hai. Ani Adonai Eloheihem, Yimloch Adonai le'olam, Elohai Yitzion, le'dor v'dor, Hallelujah. Le'dor v'dor nagid gad lecha, Anatzach netzachim kedushata nagdish, V'shichacha Eloheinu, mipinu lo yamush, le'olam va'ed, Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el ha'kadosh.
Beautiful. Please be seated. So we'll turn now together and sing a song for peace with the words of Sim Shalom. Sim, sim, sim shalom, sim, sim, sim shalom, sim, sim, sim shalom, tova uveracha. Yaday day 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 day. Yaday day 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 day. Yaday day 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 day. Yaday day yaday day day. All right, Joey. First of all, I can't stop smiling. First of all, because you keep smiling, but also like 2 minutes in, Rabbi Michael's, I'm like, man, she is killing it. So
rabbinically appropriate.
Appropriate enough. So you have done a marvelous job thus far leading us through the service. But now, Rabbi Michael.
Oh, wow, we're really already there.
We are, I know. She was so excited. It's very speedy.
I'm sorry, I'm just really awestruck. So thank you very much for taking us to this place. Thank you all very much for being here and going along on this journey with us. I'm here to catch you up and then to let you know what you're about to see next. So this is the midway point, and rather than go into a stretch and sell snacks, we're just going to keep it pretty succinct and get to Mount Sinai. So how we got there specifically is pretty interesting in that Joey led us through Hebrew text and song all the way through the origin of the cosmos and the creation of the universe, to the prayers about our ancestors, our matriarchs and patriarchs, and then went on to speak about the experience that we had in Egypt. And then we sang about the Exodus and crossing the Red Sea. And right now, very quickly, we've arrived to the wilderness, and we are at the foot of Mount Sinai. And as you can see, very pale fire on the mountain is glowing at the top, and Joey is going to be walking up and receiving the Torah. But of course, that is going to be in Hebrew too. And she is going to be really in the role of prophet and interpreting the Torah as Moses did, and then going to tell us what she thinks it means for today and for all of you. So that having been said, we are now going to ascend Mount Sinai and experience what it means to receive the Torah.
And one of the things that we know that I think this pandemic has made maybe even more clear than ever before is even though our job as rabbis is to be the leaders and the teachers of the community, that the truth is that tradition and faith, it's really about family. And it's about being passed from one generation to the next. And so when we talk about how we're going to give you this Torah, it's not Rabbi Michael and I who are doing it today. It's really your family. So what we're going to do in just a moment, we're going to have Grant come up and open the Ark. Her cousin Ian is going to help take out the Torah and give it to her. And we are going to pass that Torah through the generations of her family, from grandparents to parents, down safely to Joey's arms. So we'll ask you, if you will, please rise.
Romamu Adonai Eloheinu v'ishtachavu lahar kodsho. Romamu Adonai Eloheinu v'ishtachavu lahar kodsho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romamu. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romamu.
On page 246.
Ki mitzion tetzei Torah, Ki mitzion tetzei Torah, Udevar Adonai mirushalayim, Baruch shenatan Torah Torah, Baruch shenatan Torah Torah, Le'amo Yisrael b'kedushato, Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo. Lecha Adonai hagedula v'givura v'tiferet v'hanetzach v'hod. Ki ho b'shamayim uvaretz, Ki ho b'shamayim uvaretz. Lecha Adonai hamamlacha v'minaseh lechol rosh.
Please be seated, and the Torah blessings can be
You can
found
keep it closed still, I think.
on page 250.
Baruch Adonai Hamborach.
Baruch Adonai Hamborach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamborach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam, Asher Bahar Banu Mikol Ha'amim, V'natan Lanu et Torto. Baruch Atah Adonai Noten HaTorah. Amen. Vayikach Korach, ben Yitzhar, ben Kehat, ben Levi, ben Datan, ben Aviram, ben Eliab, ben On, ben Pelet, ben Reuven, Vayakumu, Lifnei Moshe, ben Ashimi, ben Israel, Hamishim, Umatayim, Nasiye, Edah, Kiryeh Moed, Anshe Shem, Vikahalu, Al Moshe, Vel Aaron, Romu Elachem, Ravelhem, Ki kol ha'edah kulam kedoshim, u'tocham Adonai, u'meduati et naseu al kehal Adonai, v'yishma Moshe v'yipol al panav, v'yadaber el korach el kol adato, lemor boker ve'ad Adonai, et asher lo, ve'et hakadosh v'higri ve'elav, ve'ed asher yivkar bo, yakri ve'elav. So tasu kehulachem maktot, korach ve'kol adato, uvtenu Bahen tasumu alachem ketor lifnei Adonai machar v'haya ha'ish asher yivchar Adonai hu hakadosh rav lahem b'nei Levi. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam natan betochenu. Baruch atah Adonai Notein Torah. Amen.
So it's a tradition to lift the Torah so that you can see what she just read, and we'll ask you to please rise for this moment.
V'zot haTorah asher sam Moshe lifnei b'nei Yisrael al pi Adonai b'yad Moshe. This is the Torah which Moses placed before the people of Israel, God's word through the hand of Moses.
Amen. Please be seated.
Okay. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar b'nbi'im tovim v'ratza v'divreihem hane'emarim be'emet. Baruch atah Adonai habocher b'torah u'Moshe avdo v'Yisrael amo u'invi'ei ha'emet Vasedek. Vayomer Shemuel el ha'am lehu ben al ha'yogal kadesham hamelucha v'yelhu kol ha'am ha'gilgal vayomlichu sham et Shaul lifnei Adonai ba'gilgal vayizbechu sham Zavachim shalamim lifnei Adonai vayishmak sham Shaul ben kol anshe Yisrael ad me'od vayomer Shemuel el kol Yisrael hinei shamati v'kol lachem lekol asher amartem li va'amlich alechem melech va'ata hinei hamelech mitalachti mehem v'ata Va'ani sankanti v'asafti uvanai hinei itechem va'ani hitalachti lifneihem minurai ad hayom hazeh. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam Sor kol ha'olamim sadik b'kol adorot ha'el ha'ne'eman ha'omer ve'oseh hamdaber umkayem shekol davarav emet v'asedek al ha'torah ve'al avodah ve'al ha'nevi'im ve'yom ha'shabbat hazeh shenatata lanu Adonai Eloheinu likdusha v'limnucha lechavod tifaret al hakol Adonai Eloheinu anachnu modim lach umvarchim otach yitbarach shimcha b'fi kol hai tamid le'olam va'ed baruch atah Adonai mechadesh hashabbat. Hi, thank you all so much for being here today on my special day, either virtually or in person. It really means a lot to me. Judaism has been a part of me my whole entire life, and I'm so thankful for everything it has taught me and how it's brought me and so many other people together. For the past few months, I've been working on studying my Torah portion, and I can't believe the day is already here. What I've learned from my Torah portion is that one mistake doesn't define you. This statement is a big statement, and even I've messed up before and I'm still learning. However, I believe this is an important life lesson. My Torah portion is about a person named Korach, and he didn't understand why Moses was so powerful and got to be in charge if everyone was the same. Korach built up a team and fought Moses with fire pans. The earth ended up splitting in half, and Korach and his team fell through. What I've learned from this is that they shouldn't have messed with Moses, and they weren't the best people, because Moses is the leader and they built up a team and rebelled against him. However, in later chapters of the Torah, we found that the children of Korach have grown up to be great people. By hearing and learning this, it makes me think of the understanding of how one mistake doesn't define you. The word mishkeh is mistake in Hebrew. Everyone makes mishkeh, and it's part of being human, and you can't bring yourself down your whole life for one mistake, but you can think about it and learn from it and become an even better person. I can tie this into my life in many ways. Maybe if I was bad in school or did bad on a test, it doesn't define who I am as a student, but it teaches me to learn from my mistakes, to do better, and teach me that maybe I need to study a little bit more. As all of you know, gymnastics is a very big part of my life. I spend hours training skills, routines, and more. I can tie this around to gymnastics because maybe I've been off practice or I fall off the beam at a meet. It doesn't define who I am as a person or as a gymnast, but it gives me a way to learn from my mistakes and make me an even better person, to know that by making these mistakes, I'm learning at the same time. Making mistakes can be scary too, but help you out in many ways. In gymnastics, I have gotten hurt before. Even though it's not good to get hurt, it can teach me to work hard and come back mentally and physically, and teach me that even by making mistakes, these mistakes are normal. In the Talmud, there are two teachers. They both have an opinion. One teacher has an opinion that if one knows a lot of material but makes mistakes, that's good. Well, the second teacher believes that one who knows less but does not make mistakes is better. I would choose to follow the first teacher's opinion because if you know a lot, then you're smart. And even if you make mistakes, it gives you an opportunity to learn and come back from those mistakes. You may even be smarter by knowing that you made a mistake, but it's okay because now you know how to fix what you did wrong. There's a quote that says mistakes are proof that you're trying, and I love this because you would never get anywhere in life without making mistakes. For example, if you're trying something new, you may not get it the first time, but you can keep trying until you get it right, and by doing this, you're learning from your mistakes and not bringing yourself down because you messed up once. In conclusion, we all need to learn the lesson of how one mistake doesn't define you and how to practice it. Next time you make a mistake, take a second and think about what you did and think about how this is an opportunity for much improvement and success. I want to encourage all of you to try and practice this Jewish value whenever you can and enjoy life. Speaking of the joy of life, I wanted to say thank you to everyone who contributed to my Mitzvah project. For my Mitzvah project, I collected gymnastics and dance leotards and other gymnastics and dance items to donate to kids all around the world that are in need or maybe don't have the items they need to do what they love. We collected and so is all capitalized, many Leos and other gymnastics and dance items, including many donations that are all going to buy leotards for the drive. You were all so amazing. I'm so thankful for everyone who contributed to help out. Now on to my thank yous. Mom and Dad, thank you for being the best parents ever and always being there for me when I need it. I know you've been working so hard to make this day so special and work hard every other day to make sure we are happy, and I'm so grateful for that. Sorry I always make you guys drag me around to all the places I need to be. Thank you for preparing me for this day and listening to me practice my prayers over and over. You guys are so supportive and you guys never fail to brighten my day, and I love you more than you'll ever know. Grant, thank you for being such an amazing brother. Even though you can be annoying, I love hanging out with you. I love our endless times where we swim together, watch TV, get Starbucks, and much more. I love you so much. Thank you, Mimi and Grandpa, Nani and Bill, for being such amazing grandparents and always having so much fun with me. I love when we get to spend time together, and thank you for always taking us on such amazing and fun trips. I also love all our amazing holidays, and thank you, Nani, for my beautiful talit. It's so unique, and I love it. I love you guys so much, and I can't wait for more memories. Thank you to our community of friends and family for contributing to making today great and helping out with the flowers, desserts, and much more. I love you all. Rabbi Amy and Rabbi Michael, thank you so much for taking your time and working with me to get to this day. You guys are amazing, and I really appreciate all your hard work. Adele, Thank you for being the best tutor. Without you, today wouldn't be possible. I love our talks that we always get cut off track with time with before tutoring, but you're truly amazing. And thank you for my beautiful yad that I got to use today. Thank you to the rest of my family for always being so supportive and loving me so much. I love all the times that we were together. Lastly, thank you all to my amazing friends. You guys are the best, and thank you for always putting a smile on my face. Thank you guys for laughing with me and always being there to listen to me when I talk all the time. Love you all. Thank you all so much for being here today. I really appreciate it, and have a great day.
Ready?
Yeah.
Okay. First of all, I just wanted to thank everyone for being here today, whether in person or virtually. We really feel your love. From our family, we thank you from the bottom of our hearts for being a part of this life cycle moment with us. It really does mean so, so much. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Okay, here goes. I am A, so proud of you. B, super impressed. C, not surprised. Or D, all of the above?
D, all of the above.
I think it's fair to say that I'm D, all of the above. I never doubted your ability to handle today. You and Cora worked so hard for this, and I will miss hearing his name 100 times a day in the house, the car, and everywhere else we go. Excellent job on your Torah portion. You nailed it. When Dad and I were selecting names for you as a baby, we selected your Hebrew name as Eliza Hayim because you were truly the joy of our life. It wasn't an easy road to bring you into our family, and what we felt when you joined us was pure joy. Your English name of Joey Isabel, being named after your great-grandfather James and your great-great-grandmother Ida, have been huge shoes to fill. And as their namesake, I think you would have made them very proud. As time went on, details in our minds faded a bit, things got busy, life happened, and it wasn't until we started planning your mitzvah last year when we decided on using Joie de Vie as the theme. Number one, because of how your name is spelled, and it's the French version of joy. And two, because you felt that the world could use a little joy based upon the past year of the pandemic when friends and family have been separated and could use a little happiness, connection, and fun in their lives. Because we honestly forgot what your Hebrew middle name was, we had Rabbi Amy translate your Hebrew name back to us a few months ago, only to find out again that Eliza Hayim meant joy of life. So life really does go full circle. Your destiny as being a joy of life in Hebrew has now translated into this beautiful celebration of your bat mitzvah, and one that we all get to share together. And now we get to celebrate you in 3 languages. As a baby, you early on let us know what you liked, didn't like, and definitely let us know that you were the center of our world. We spent lots of times in those early months awake around 3 a.m., shuffling back and forth down that hallway on Washington, bouncing on the exercise ball, and trying generally to get you to sleep. You never wanted to stop moving, doing, or talking. And since you were a baby, you haven't stopped moving, literally. From walking on your hands, doing TikToks, performing handstands all over the house, running from here to there, from practice to parties and back to friends' houses, you don't stop. Your zest for life is contagious, and your want to fit as much into it is exciting, sometimes exhausting to watch. Back when you were 2 years old and we were in Mommy and Me gymnastics class, we were in class one day and I saw you eye a rope that was hanging from the ceiling. You stared at that rope and I just knew that you were going to tackle it. In fact, we all said that when you hit your first foot in the air, that we knew you would make it to the top. Joey, that is you 100%. Even at 2 years old, you saw a challenge and you just didn't go for it, you ran to it. You apply spirit and passion to everything you do. You will give 100% at all times, whether it's during a competition, studying for your Hebrew, doing a plank contest at school against boys, training the dogs, organizing the house, playing with friends. You do it hard and you do it with love. You want to see the world, travel, explore new experiences and places. I love watching your curiosity. Your drive continues to amaze me daily. Your desire to never stop winning or at least go down fighting is truly admirable. I've never seen someone so focused on what they want, truly making it happen. When you set your mind to it, you always succeed. You are unstoppable. I know I can always count on you. You always show up. You always care about others. Watching you with Grant, our friend's little kids, and Tito and Taco over the last few years, seeing how you care for them, enjoy playing with them, has been so fun to watch. I started calling you Little Mama when Grant was born, as your maternal instinct is strong. So on this bat mitzvah day, and as you grow up into an adult, my wishes for you are simple and complex. So many of these lessons you already know and embody and live every day. So here's a few of them. Number 1, don't change who you are for anyone or anything. You are perfectly perfect the way you are. I hope that you always know your worth and just how special you are, that your worth comes from inside yourself and from those who love you. You are truly the coolest kid I know, and I hope you never doubt that about yourself. Number 2, stand your ground. Don't expect anything less than what you deserve from anyone. Number 3, work hard. Always. I know it's hard and it's strenuous, but it really does matter, and it really will get you what you want. Hard work is the only way to success, that being however you define success. There are many ways to define success, but the only definition that really matters is the one you create for yourself. Number 4, keep being present. I'm always amazed by how you truly want to connect with people. Talk to them, put down your phone, and be with people when you're together. This is a lost virtue, and it's one that you embody, so please keep doing that. Number 5, stay humble and kind. It's a lesson that you have taken to heart. Treat others with respect, particularly adults and teachers, but also treat yourself with kindness. Know that you are your own best friend and the friend you will travel life's journeys with the longest, so be nice to her. Number 6, start each day with a smile and a word of gratitude. It will shape your entire day. Believe good things will happen, and they will. Number 7, one thing I know that you have learned from Dad and I is that you like to have fun. I've never seen anybody want to party harder. Never seen anyone dance and jump more at a party. Keep having fun. Keep laughing, keep dancing. Life is short, and fun is what makes it all worth it. Keep dancing. But always be careful, okay? Number 8, know the power of friendship. Those friends will get you through hard times, usually with a ridiculous laugh at the same time. Treasure your friends. They are golden. Number 9, make family your utmost priority. And I'm not just saying that because I'm your mom. Family is the core and backbone to life. Know its power, support each other, be a cheerleader for them, and know that no matter what, you can always come home to us. We have your back today, tomorrow, and forever. And number 10, make memories. They're the photographs of your life. Choose experiences over possessions, always. So on your bat mitzvah day, I just want to let you know that you're truly my joie de vivre and the joy of my life. Mazel tov. Now let's party. I love you so much.
All right, I got big shoes to fill now. So, Joey, wow. You did an amazing job today, and I am so proud of you. Just like you've proven throughout your life. I'll get there. You accomplished what you set your mind to do. You've worked so hard, and it shows. What I truly admire about you is that you live your life in the present moment. So you're smart, funny, adventurous, mature, and a joy to everyone. That's lucky enough to know you. You love to laugh, sing, dance, gymnastics, family. I'll get there. You always make it your mission to make people happy. You're a great daughter, sister, granddaughter, and friend. So beautiful inside and out. During your bat mitzvah studies, you learned about the transition from childhood to adulthood. You studied the importance of being responsible for your actions, learning from your mistakes, and as an adult, you'll certainly have obligations to your community, family, and friends. And while you might not know it yet, the future you're inheriting is a complex one. But I have no doubt that you'll contribute towards the lives of others in many meaningful and impactful ways. So as you enter adulthood on your bat mitzvah, don't lose your gift of being playful and living in the moment. Share your fun with others, keep the gift of your optimism, remain curious, and continue to dream big. And most of all, remember how much your mom and I love you.
All right, Miss Joey. So we have a few little things to give to you. Okay.
Tell them what they want, Don Pardo.
So, all sorts of gifts. Okay, so first of all, we know that this is not going to be the end of your Jewish journey, and we hope that one of the places we will go together along the way will be the land of Israel. Maybe you can go with me and Rabbi Michael. So this is a little gift certificate to get you going there. We also have just a special Kiddush cup that we hope you use at all of your simchas from now and into the future. And then we have a certificate that says, indeed, that today you became a bat mitzvah. And it was so fun because we were just confirming your Hebrew name before this, and we actually got to go and look up your dad's Hebrew name in the big bar mitzvah book at Temple Israel, and there it is, exactly what you thought it was going to be. And I think it's just really a beautiful sign of this idea that your Judaism and this idea of being part of the sacred community, that this isn't just about you, that this is really about your family. And this in so many ways, this has been like a year of Sandlers for us, because we got to have Ian at the very beginning of the pandemic and Nathan for confirmation. And I know that, of course, Jacob and Grant, that you guys are coming up, but it's been really neat to be able to share so many simchas with your family this year. So, all right, do I get to keep talking?
Yeah.
Okay, so, all right, so two things I wanted to say. It's funny because last night I gave the Devar Torah at services, and Rabbi Michael was like, I've been studying this with Joey for so long. Why do you get to talk? And what's funny about it is that what we realized is so often as rabbis, we study these Torah portions, and they're the same portions every single year. And we were just talking last night after services about how hard it is to create what we call a chiddush, something new, right? Because you're reading the same story and you're giving a similar talk every year. But what you did today is you really provided a chiddush. You provided something new. And this idea of looking at Korach as being about making mistakes is really something that I think is a Joie Sandler original. And it's so beautiful, but it's so connected, not just to who you are, but also to who your parents are. Because the idea, it's not just that you know that you are able to make mistakes, but that your parents have given you the freedom to do this. And even with gymnastics, and I always see the pictures on Facebook of you winning these things, and I keep thinking, oh my gosh, I would be so nervous, right? But your parents, they have the faith in you and your ability to do fantastic things, and they know that sometimes you're going to fall and sometimes you're going to fail, but they have instilled in you the confidence and the ability to know that you can just keep working and you are going to succeed in the most amazing ways. And the only other thing that I would just add about that is that I think one of the things that we sometimes lament, both as rabbis and as parents, that kids today, like there's so many kids today who are involved deeply in all of these other sports and activities, and we know that it takes up a lot of time and a lot of passion. And so, when we saw that your bat mitzvah was coming up, and we know, like, you're the gymnastics girl, so we sort of assumed your life was going to be all about gymnastics. And I cannot tell you how incredibly impressed I am, not just in how beautifully you led your service today, but that every time that we met with you, and we met a lot over Zoom, but even 7th grade, if you couldn't be there because you were in quarantine, man, you were there, and we
Your
were
face was hovering.
exactly.
A
We were just
disembodied head.
prop up the computer wherever we had our event because you were there, and I just think your dedication, even knowing that your life is so full and you have so many things that you already do as a 7th grader, it really was remarkable, and it showed in everything you do. So we are just grateful for the passion and dedication that you brought to this and that you bring to just every aspect of your life and who you are.
So, to continue, but not to go too much longer. First, we study the Torah because we love it. Not everybody does. The fact that we learned new Torah this year at a time of great difficulty through you was inspirational to us personally, professionally, spiritually. Thank you. Because I went and did research, and I asked Rabbi Amy, do you know the answer to this question? And she said, no, I haven't. I was really surprised that Rabbi Amy didn't know the answer to a question that I had for one of the first times. And that inspired me to go on this really, really deep intellectual, spiritual pursuit of what the meaning of your Torah portion was for me personally, but in the process, being prepared and doing my homework so I could be ready to study with Joey, who is a professional. And I will say that next. The moment that I will remember from this day will be the moment that you got up here after the first few minutes and you just took a breath and you looked up and you giggled. and you're like, look, isn't this easy? This is fun. I want to make a point of that. Joey is the kind of person who can make extremely difficult things and complicated things look easy. Even fun. That is, I think, the notion of a kind of a miracle, is that we're sitting here and we're watching something like a musician that really touches us, our soul, or someone that we've come to know, a great speaker who is there to give something over to us. But the idea that you just got up here and you made it look easy, it is not. And that is something very powerful. So please, like the miracles that happened on the way to Mount Sinai and Mount Sinai itself, let's not take for granted that what Joey did and the amount of time that she put in, the amount of love that her family has given, should not be taken for granted. And that it was something really special at a very difficult time. And you made it look fun and easy. That was pretty biblical to me. So Mazel Tov, thank you, and Kol HaKavod, all honor to you.
So a few weeks ago in our Torah, we read of this beautiful blessing that is called the priestly blessing, and it's given to people on their most sacred occasions, and even though it says it's done by priests, really it's done by everyone. So we're going to invite everyone to join in this with us. If we can ask you to please rise, and what you're going to do is you're sort of going to direct your hands towards our bat mitzvah girl, so it's like you're giving her a big old hug from afar. Yevarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. May God bless you and keep you.
May God's light shine upon you as you go through life.
May God's countenance be lifted over you. May you be granted with wholeness and with peace. Mazel tov.
Mazel tov.
You are amazing. So we're going to keep you all risen. And Rabbi Michael, if I can ask you to help me, we're going to return our Torah. Oh, sorry, that got so loud all of a sudden. We're going to return our Torah to the ark. Al shlosha devarim, al shlosha devarim, al shlosha devarim, ha'olam omed.
al shlosha devarim, al shlosha devarim, al shlosha devarim haolam omed. And we continue now with the Aleinu on the bottom of page 282. Aleinu leshabeach ladon hakol, latet gedula liotzer breshit, shelo asanu kegoyei ha'artzot, velo samanu kamishpachot ha'adama, shelo samcha kenu kahem, vegor aleinu kechol hamonam. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
So today, Joey, as we celebrate this milestone in your life, we're thinking of all those members of your family who have gone before you, who we know would be so proud to be able to see all that you have accomplished today. We're thinking in particular of Harry Sandler and Mildred Sandler, Ida Rosenberg, B. Young and Hillard Young, Nick Weckel, Elaine Weckel, James Asher, and Anna Mae Asher. So thinking of them and thinking of all those who we keep on our hearts, we turn to the words of the Mourner's Kaddish on page 294.
Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, ba'alma divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon uvyomechon uv'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael, ba'agala uv'izman kari v'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach le'alam u'almei almaya, Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitalet v'yitalal shemei d'kudesha b'richu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata damiram ba'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mramav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael.
Amen. And the source of peace and peace to all who mourn and comfort to all who are bereaved.
Oseh shalom b'mromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru. Amen.
We are so delighted that each of you could be here with us to celebrate today. We do want to just give a special thanks, Bert Bromberg, to you for representing our Board of Trustees and for keeping us safe on our COVID task force for all these months. Also, thank you, of course, to Adele Lewis, your wonderful tutor and board member. So we have one last thing that needs to be done, because as you leave from here today, there's going to be some eating and some drinking. So it is my pleasure to invite up the cousins and one of the cousins, Ian, to lead us in the end in a special song.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Hamotzi lechem min haaretz. We give thanks to God for bread. Our voices rise in song together as our joyful prayer is said. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen.
All right.
right, so as everyone gets to take a bite, Ian, will you lead us in a closing song? Beautiful. Shabbat shalom, everyone. All right, Joey, if you'll lead us out the door, Mazel Tov, Shabbat shalom. You were amazing.
Didn't even feel like I just did that. Thank you.